This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
Yes, here come the Dodgers, and hi, everyone. This is Jerry Doggett with Ben Scully and Al Helford, inviting you to stay with us now as they get set to play the Pittsburgh Pirates. All the doings are sent your way with the compliments of the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company of Brooklyn, brewers of America's oldest lager beer, Schaefer, and also with the compliments of the American Tobacco Company. On behalf of Lucky Strike, a light smoke, the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Now, as the game gets underway for real enjoyment, have yourself a foaming glass of Schaefer. It's real beer. Say, if I were to stop you on the street and ask you, just tell me the one thing they brew beer for, what would you think the right answer would be? For the look of the beer? For the gold of afternoon sunlight? The snowy whiteness of a billow of foam? For the taste? The rich, mellow flavor? The zesty, appetizing flavor you don't always find? Well, you'd be right. But more than those things, what they brew beer for, most of all, is enjoyment. Your enjoyment. The kind of enjoyment that makes you smack your lips and say, bring on another. And brother, that is the story of Schaefer beer. It is brewed for enjoyment, for perfect look, for tops and flavor, for your enjoyment through and through. You try Schaefer today. You'll see it's real beer. Well, today it's game number 2 of the series between the Dodgers and the Pirates. Doubleheader tomorrow to wind it up. And last night the Dodgers beat the Pirates at Roosevelt Stadium in Jersey City by a score of 4-1. The Milwaukee loss, coupled with the wins by the Dodgers and the Cardinals last night, reduced the Milwaukee lead to 7.5 games. They still have 3 to play with the Cardinals in the big series this weekend at Milwaukee. Right now, here is our national anthem. The young left-hander who has won 5 and lost 2, and is the only pitcher in the majors with more strikeouts than innings pitched. 94 strikeouts, 80 innings, and that averages out to 10.58 strikeouts per 9 innings. Against Koufax, it will be Ronnie Klein, who's been one of the hard luck guys as far as the Pirates are concerned. Klein has won 3 games and lost 15. He's made 4 starts against the Dodgers this year, losing 3 times with 1 no decision. He has made 7 lifetime starts at Ebbets Field with no complete games, and his only 2 victories at this park against 6 losses were in relief in 1955. So for today, Sandy Koufax against Ronnie Klein. Lineup cards being exchanged by the umpires, and let's give you a rundown now on the batting orders for this afternoon's play. For the Pirates, leading off playing in center field, Bob Clemente. At third base, hitting number 2, Gene Freeze. Shortstop is Dick Grote, and hitting in the cleanup position, playing left field, is Bob Skinner. Frank Thomas playing first base, hitting 5th. Bill Mazereski at second base. Bill Verdon in center field. Hank Boyles doing the catching, and Ronnie Klein on the mound to do the pitching. For the Dodgers, it'll be Jim Gilliam leading off, playing second base. Dodgers take the field now. Second will be Carl Perillo. Duke Snider batting third, playing center field. Gil Hodges at first base. Baker at the plate. Scully, Sikori, and Landis on the base paths. Boy, a beautiful day here at Brooklyn. Just ideal. A fine taper afternoon. Hope you have a good class taper on hand as we get set for the ball game. Better still, come on out here to Everett Field and see the ball game between the Dodgers and the Pirates. Game number 2. Still have time. Still plenty of good seats available. Can't make it today. Make a note to come out and see the doubleheader tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock. And Bob Clemente, the Pirate leadoff man, standing by, set to walk in and get this ball game underway. Dodgers one up in the series. Game number 2 ready to get started. The F&M Schaefer Brewing Company of Brooklyn happy to take you play-by-play. And for the play-by-play, here's Al Helfer.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Hi, everybody. Bob Clemente hitting right-handed, stepping up to the plate, batting at 2-4-9. Sandy Koufax, the Brooklyn left-hander, kicks and throws the fastball and rips it in at the knees for strike 1. Thus, the second game in this series has begun. Bob Clemente with 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Campanella pops him up as a target now, and Koufax goes back to work on the 0-1 count. Another fastball, and this one's hit foul up into the second tier off the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. The count now on Bob Clemente. He'll be followed by Gene Freeze, the third baseman, and then we'll have shortstop Dick Groot. Sandy Koufax, as Jerry has told you, with a record of 5-2. He's 0-1 this year with Pittsburgh. Sandy, quite a strikeout artist. Gets ready to wheel the next pitch in there to Bob Clemente, a right-hand hitter. Down comes that pitch, fastball, and it's towards foul off the first base side. Again, it goes to the second tier. No ball, 2 strike count. As soon as we have any information on the other ball games being played this afternoon, we'll most certainly pass it on to you. Koufax again gets his sign from Campanella working the plate today. The 0-2 pitch. Koufax overhand curveball lays him there high, and that's ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taking plenty of time at the outset of this ball game, flicks his glove, shaking off the sign, now accepts the next set, delivers 1 and 2. Fastball is laid in there low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Clemente. That series could have a great bearing on the outcome of the National League race. With St. Louis and Milwaukee whacking away at each other, the Brooklyn Dodgers have a golden opportunity playing against the last-place Pittsburgh Pirates. The 2-2 delivery by Koufax. The fastball is outside, and the count is 3-2 now to Clemente. Fans buzzing here this afternoon. It's Ladies' Day, and we have plenty of not-old kids. A few little leaguers. Koufax sends it in there, and Clemente takes the pitch. It's high for ball 4. Clemente gets things started for Pittsburgh, drawing a base on ball. Koufax. That'll bring on Gene Freeze, right-hand hitting third baseman. In the way of the batting percentage, Gene Freeze is hitting at .284. He has 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Bob Clemente, who likes to run the bases, is on at first. Takes the lead, and Hodges holds the corner. Koufax, the left-hander, eyes him, then throws over there, and Clemente hops in ahead of it. Guess you just hooked up with us. We're in the top of the first inning. The first man, Clemente, was walked by Koufax, the starting pitcher for Brooklyn. He's working now to Gene Freeze. Pitch out is high on outside, and Clemente was not going. So the count now is a ball and no strikes on Gene Freeze. The plate umpire here for this one this afternoon is Bill Baker. Frank Tascole is at first base. Frank Sikori at second, and Stan Landis is working down at third. Clemente moves off first base now. Koufax fixes the plate, plays the fastball in at the knees for a strike. A 1 ball and 1 strike count. Scoreboard here has ball 2. Baker definitely had given it the right arm. Jerry mentioned a moment ago, this is a real shaper day. It's a dandy. Overhand fastball, the curve is into the strike. That's the second one. Up Clemente at first and nobody out off the first inning. Just getting underway. Koufax this afternoon going against Ronnie Klein. Sandy Koufax has been tagged once by Pittsburgh this year. He has not beaten them. They deliver, the pitch is swung on. Missed. Or strike three. Sandy Koufax continues to pour that fastball in there and is very effective with it. He's now picked up 95 strikeouts since his first this afternoon. With Clemente at first and one out, Big Groot comes up. He's up in those big figures with a .331 batting average, 5 home runs and 39 runs batted in. Former collegiate athlete, Big Groot is Pittsburgh's right-hand hitting shortstop. Stands about midway in batter's box all the way around. Clemente steps away from first. Koufax pitches the plate. Gross takes the pitch into the dirt. Campanella comes up with a nice block. 1 ball and no strike count. Milwaukee first in the National League as of the moment. St. Louis riding in second place, 7.5 games off the pace. They are just 1 percentage point ahead of the third place Brooklyn Dodgers. So are also 7.5 games off the pace. Then comes the number 4 team, Cincinnati, 10 games back. Philadelphia with 12 behind. Clemente at first, having been walked. 3 struck out. Groot is up there. He's a big man with the wood down Pittsburgh way this year. They're putting their hopes on him to be in the record books. Curveball, he swings on, hits it down to short. Up with it comes Neal, throws to Gilliam for one to throw on the first. And there's the double play. So that happened quick in a hurry as the Brooklyn Dodgers come up with their first double play of the afternoon and their 104th of the year. Double play, short, to second at first. That does it for Pittsburgh. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on, so nothing across. The score at the end of half an inning. Pittsburgh nothing, and the Brooklyn Dodgers have nothing.
We can report that the word has come along now that Bobby Smith, the Pittsburgh pitcher who was held in the pregame workout, has regained consciousness and is all right. He was hit by a throw by Bill Burton while taking part in the outfield during the pregame infield drill, and had to be carried to the Pittsburgh dressing room on a stretcher. But Bob Smith is coming around and will probably have a severe headache. Okay, back to play. Here's that. In the last half of the first inning, Jim Gilliam steps up to lead things off for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Gilliam batting at 2.51. 1 home run, 29 runs batted in. Right-hander Ronnie Klein works fastball to Gilliam and gets it off the pitch from the corner for a strike. Ronnie Klein, 3-15 with the league. 3 wins, 15 losses. As far as the Brooklyn Dodgers are concerned, he has not beaten them, and 3 times they have tagged him for defeat. Big tall fella kicks and throws. Big curveball. It stays outside and high for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ronnie Klein has made 4 starts against the Dodgers this season. This is his 5th whack at it. He's made 7 lifetime starts at Ebbets Field in over 3 games. Gilliam swings on the leg pitch, hits it to the alley and left center, coming over for it. Center fielder Burton and hauls it down on the right. Gilliam is out. And 1 out here in the last half of the first inning. There's no score in the ball game. The 8th place Pittsburgh Pirates, 29.5 games off the place, battling the 3rd place Brooklyn Dodgers, who are 7.5 back of Milwaukee. Ralph Rillo, whose bat has been just about as hot as pistols. In 10 games, he's hitting .452, 283 overall with the league. Right-hand hitter. Klein comes to him with a fastball. Ball grounded down to the right side. First baseman Thomas up with it. He'll make the play by himself, and Carl Rillo is out. 2 up, 2 down. Last half of the first inning, about an hour's Duke Snider. Here at Ebbets Field this year, the Dodgers have hit 58 home runs in 48 games. And Snider leads the parade with 14. Campanella chimes in second with 9, and Hodges has 8. Snider leads all time at Ebbets Field. 166. Ronnie Klein works him. Snider after the fastball. Rifles at the right field. It's going to bang up against the scoreboard out there and run away from Clemente. Snider is on his way to second. Clemente throws. Snider takes second, standing up, and ball gets away from the shortstop Gross, and Snider goes on down for a
for Snider and have him moving over onto third base on a narrow charge to Clemente, the right fielder, on a low throw. Well, the Dodgers have something cooking here in the last half of the first inning with 2 outs. Snider's on at third, and Gilhart is up there. Bryant's pitch is a wild one, way up above the head of everybody. This guy to break comes in to score. A double followed by an error on the sequence of the play, and then a wild pitch. Gets Snider in to score this one. Oh, the Dodgers lead it 1-0. Of course, the plate has the count of ball 1. Ryan, of course, that great big what he expected to be a curveball, slow curve, and it was so high that Hank Boyle, the Pittsburgh catcher, couldn't even leap up to get it. Dodgers was scrambling out of the way. He didn't want any part of it either. Gill batting at 3:07. Last half of the first inning, the Dodgers lead at 1-0. So far in the inning, they've had a hit, a double by Snider to right field. An error on a throw by Clemente, throwing into the third and second base. And then a wild pitch. Fastball is swung on. It's called up the third base line. Freeze has it, flips to first base this time, and that's all for Hutch. Going away, rather a gift run here in the first inning, but the Dodgers will accept it. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error, and nobody left on. Score at the end of 1 inning of play. Brooklyn 1, and the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates have nothing. Now, before we go to the top of the second, let's get over to Jerry. He's got a word for us.
Say, I don't know about you, but my idea of the height and convenience is to save myself steps, especially when there are guests in the house and I want to spend the time seeing them, not running back and forth to the kitchen. That, in a nutshell, is why the Schaefer party-size full quart bottle is ideal. Boy, you get yourself a supply of Schaefer quart when you got company coming in, and you're all set. Because when you open up a Schaefer full quart bottle, you can pour out 4 good full glasses of real enjoyment. And enjoy it they will, if they go for taste that's as bright and fresh as a friendly greeting. You serve your guests Schaefer beer, some convenient party-size full quart bottle. You'll appreciate the ease. You'll all appreciate the taste. It's real beer. Well, we move along now to the top of the second inning of the ball game with Bob Skinner, Frank Thomas, and Bill Mazeroski coming on to face Sandy Koufax. So right back to play. Here's Al. Bob Skinner hits number 4 on the Pittsburgh order. He's a big, tall left-hand hitter. Well over 6 feet, this left fielder is batting at .313. He has 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. So at the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, we move into the top half of the second with the Brooklyn Dodgers leading 1-0. In case you didn't get the action in the last half of the first inning, the scoring action, we'll give it to you in a moment. Sandy Koufax ready to go to work here on Bob Skinner. He delivers the fastball, and Bob After helps it back foul for strike 1. After Gilliam and Perillo had put out, Bill Snider rifled a shot off the scoreboard in right field, and then Clemente's low throw trying to get Snider at second base got through Grote for an error charged to Clemente. Curveball swung on by Skinner. A high pop-up back on the grass to short left. Charlie Neal with the sunglasses flip is back there to grab it. There's the first out. One away in the top of the second, and the batter coming on is Thomas. Frank Thomas, right-hand hitting first baseman. Frank played all over the place for Pittsburgh. He's been their left fielder. Played all over the outfield. Played third. Now he's holding down first base. Koufax comes down to him with a fastball, and that's low and outside. 1 ball, no strike. Koufax works right back on the 1-0 count. There's his fastball, and Thomas slams it foul off the first base side. That'll go to the stands out of play. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Brooklyn, by virtue of their run in the bottom of the first, leads in the ball game, 1-0.
second baseman, right-hand hitting Bill Mazeroski. Almost went up there batting at 298. Mazeroski comes along hitting at 292. Empty in the top of the second. Brooklyn leads at 1-0 with Pittsburgh at bat. Koufax working on the hill this afternoon for the Dodgers. Delivers to Mazeroski. Cuts to the curve and doesn't get it. No balls, 1 strike. Last night at Jersey City, Brooklyn defeated Pittsburgh 4-1. Rogers was credited with the win. Delivery is low. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Mazeroski. Koufax taking plenty of time working out that bright grinning sunshine this afternoon. Young fellow trying to pace himself. Now he delivers 1-1 to Mazeroski, who swings on the pitch and hits a high pop foul. That'll spin back to the Dodger dugout off to the right of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Mazeroski. Tomorrow for the big doubleheader, figured that Bob Friend and Whammy Douglas will be the Pittsburgh pitchers. Curve is in for the strike, and that's the third, and it's called. Now that's the second strikeout for Sandy Koufax this afternoon. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the top of the second, nothing across. The score at the end of 1 1/2 innings to play. It's Brooklyn 1 and the Pittsburgh Pirates have nothing. Jerry?
Well, you know, fans, all ball players, even the best of them, have off days. Days when they can't seem to get the big hit or make the important play. And it's all just part of the game. But now you take the business of brewing beer. Now, that's different. You simply can't have any off days. Leastway is not if you're going to brew as fine a beer as Schaefer. No, sir, there's never any letdown in Schaefer quality. Every can, every bottle, every glass of Schaefer is beer at its best. You see, only the very best brewing ingredients are used in Schaefer beer. Rich barley malt, tangy hops, and other fine natural ingredients. Then they're carefully measured and blended as only top brewmasters can do it. And brother, that kind of expert brewing pays big dividends in flavor. Schaefer flavor. So for real enjoyment, you make a Schaefer beer every time. It's real beer. Well, we've got a real ball game going on here. Second game of the series, doubleheader tomorrow. The Dodgers come on to the second. Vallo, Neal, and Campanella face Ronnie Klein. So let's hop right back to Al for more play-by-play. Talking about facing somebody, Jerry, we've just gotten the warm-up pitches for that game between St. Louis and Milwaukee. And Jackson will be pitching for St. Louis. His record is 12 wins and 6 losses. And Burdette will be going to the mound for the Milwaukee Braves. His record is 11-7. So the two ball clubs know what they're facing for this afternoon. Elmer Vallo here in the last half of the second inning coming on. He's the number 5 hitter in the batting order. As a starter for the Brooklyn Dodgers, and they didn't figure he'd be too much starting this year. He was picked up as a pinch hitter deluxe at the beginning of the year. But as a starter in 23 ball games, Elmer Vallo, left-hand hitter, is batting at 3.46. Leans back from the Klein fastball. That's ball 1. Too high. Elmer Vallo with the league is batting at 3.17 as he stands in right now. 3 home runs and 20 runs batted in. His last homer was at the Polo Grounds just a few days back. Klein kicks on, throws the fastball, and Elmer Vallo spins away from it. The ball hits the bat and caroms off. 3 for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Brooklyn as they move along here at bat in the last half of the second inning. Tomorrow a big doubleheader, and we sure hope you're going to be here with us. Klein kicks and throws. Vallo starts to swing, checks up in time, and gets high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bob Friend and Whammy Douglas pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates against Sal Magley and Roger Craig of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Klein delivers 2-1. The pitch to Vallo is outside and high, ball 3.
Elmer Bello, leading it off for Brooklyn in the second. At the end of an inning and a half, it is New York 1 and Philadelphia 1. Line delivers 3-1. Bello takes outside and high ball 4. So Elmer gets things started for Brooklyn in the second with a walk. First base on balls given up by Klein. Short and Neal the batter. The shortstop hitting number 6 in the Brooklyn order. Batting at 269. 9 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Bello stepping away from first base with Thomas holding the corner on him. Klein checks up with the runners, delivers the plate. Overhand fastball, and the foul tipped into the dirt. Pittsburgh's infield, Thomas at first. Bill Mazeroski second at shortstop. Dick Groat, and at third is Gene Free. The outfield is Skinner in left. Burton in center. Bob Clemente in right. Pittsburgh battery, Ronnie Klein the pitcher. Hank Boyles the catcher. A throw to first. As Bello hurrying back. The 0-1 delivery on Charlie Neal. Neal swings on it, taps his swing. So they left the pitcher's mound. Klein off, grab, throws the first in time to get Neal, and Elmer Bello moves down to second. So before we have Roy Campanella, let's pause for station identification. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodgers station in Albany, New York. It's 2:30 WOKO time. Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Roy Campanella kicking dirt in batter's box, getting himself set and dug in. Roy batting at 237. Elmer Bello at second. 1-0 Brooklyn. Line delivers. Campanella swings. Gets a hold of it. There's a long drive deep in the left center field. It's way out into the bleachers for a home run for Roy Campanella. Adds a little frosting to the cake. With his 13th home run of the year, he now has 60 runs batted in. Don Zimmer coming up. Right hand hitting third baseman. Line delivers him a soft curve, and it punts up the right field side. At first base, Thomas picked it up, steps on first base, and that's it for Zimmer. Actually, Don was trying to check his swing. Well, the two outs here in the second inning. That'll bring on Sandy Koufax. Chad is looking for his first base hit. 21 times Sandy has been up to the plate. 21 times he has come away empty-handed. Koufax will bat right-handed. We've seen him go from either side of the plate. He's going to bat right-handed now. Nelson King, a right-hander, throwing down the Pittsburgh bullpen along with Little Elroy Tate, another right-hander. Line delivers a curve, and the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strike. Klein will fire that knuckler at you every once in a while. Gets off it in Koufax. Goes fastball and misses low outside. Ball 2. 2 down, the base is empty thanks to Campy's 2-run home run here in the second inning. And the Brooklyn Dodgers lead it now 3-0. Line works the plate. Koufax just straightens up and takes the pitch in there for the first strike. Koufax watches this ball come in low. That is count 3-1. Should Koufax get on, Jim Gilliam will start the second batting go round for Brooklyn. now to Koufax. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Klein works back on the 3-2 pitch. Misses. He gets it on the corner. Ball is strike 3. Klein gets his first strikeout of the afternoon in the second inning. For Brooklyn, they picked up 2 more runs on Campanella's 2-run home run, his 13th of the year. That was the 1 hit in the inning. 12 errors, and nobody left on. So the score at the end of 2 full innings of play. It is Brooklyn 3, and the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates have nothing. What you got to talk about now, Jerry?
Well, I don't want to talk about the games coming up, and we've got a real schedule. After tomorrow's Sunday doubleheader with the Pirates, the Dodgers fly to Montreal, where they'll be taking on the International League All-Stars, including several future Dodgers. That's Monday night. And then it's back home for a long stand against the Western clubs in our own league. Cincinnati, a twilight night doubleheader Tuesday, and a day game Wednesday. Milwaukee pace-setting Braves Thursday night, Friday night, and for the Dodgers, Argent Camera Day next Saturday afternoon. The St. Louis Cardinals in a single game next week, and a big week at Everett Field starting Tuesday night. Say, how often will you be out here rooting for your Dodgers? Come out as often as you can and see as many ball games. Boy, there ought to be a fine bunch of them coming up. Tuesday night, big doubleheader with the Red Legs. Of course, tomorrow, the big doubleheader with the Pirates. So lots of baseball activity right here at Everett Field. Well, we move along to the 3rd inning now with Bill Burton, Hank Foils, Ronnie Klein do the face Sandy Koufax. And so for Schaefer Beer and more play-by-play, here's Al.
That's right, Jerry. It's the last third of the Pittsburgh batting order here in the top of the 3rd inning. 3 runs, 2 hits for Brooklyn. The Pittsburgh no runs, no hits. Sandy Koufax about ready to spin the first pitch into this left-hand hitting center fielder. Burton batting at 2.59. Down rides that pitch. It's the Koufax fastball, and it's high inside for ball 1. Nelson King and Elroy Tate, and their right-handers continue to work down the Pittsburgh 10. Leads us to believe that if everybody gets on, Klein will not make an appearance. Koufax works. His front fire is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Koufax with a new ball. All set and ready to work. Gordon waves that shillelagh around. Sandy into the plate with his 2-0 curveball, and it's high off the chin. 3 balls and no strikes. Pitch to the plate is low, ball 4. And Burton draws a walk to start things in the 3rd inning. Hank Forbes, the Pittsburgh catcher, coming on now. Big, solidly put together, right-hand hitter. Starting at 268. 6 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Burton leads off at first, nobody out. Koufax comes into the plate to Forbes. Swung on, hit down to Neil short. He goes over to get him at second to 1 to throw on the first, hit double play. So both times Koufax has been in trouble. The double play has popped up to help him. This one has the first one in the first inning, goes from short to second and back to first. So they're 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Coming up now, the bat for himself. Don Nelson King and Johnny O'Brien sit down in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Koufax fires to the plate, and his fastball is low and outside for ball 1. O'Brien has 4 hits in 44 strides at it this year, and no runs batted in. Batting at 091. Pitch is laid in there low. 2 balls, no strikes. Back now for a visit to the garage bag. Capanella down with the crouch up the side, take to the plate umpire over his left shoulder to get a look at the pitch. Then it comes, Klein hitting right-handed, takes it on the corner off the hand. That's strike 1. The F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, delighted to be sending it to you from Everett Field. Hope you have plenty of Schaefer for the weekend now. Overhand fastball. Waves that. Doesn't get it. That's strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. At the end of 2.5 innings, it's 1-1 between New York and Philadelphia. No score yet from Milwaukee. Overhand fastball and an attempted bunt. It's popped foul. So that's it. Ryan will be registered as having struck out. That'll give Koufax his third. And in the 3rd inning, nothing across Pittsburgh. Score at the end of 2.5 innings of play. It is Brooklyn 3 and Pittsburgh has nothing. Well, how about you, friend Doggett? Well, I tell you, Al, you come to the city once in a while? Oh, yeah. Come into New York to see a show? Maybe just bring the wife in for dinner at your favorite hotel and relax a while? Well, I tell you, here's a good idea. Why not make it a real little vacation? Sure, for real enjoyment, stop overnight at your favorite hotel. Take a day or two to see the Dodgers play here at Emmett Field. Catch a show or a movie you haven't seen, or maybe some of the sights you've never gotten around to. Oh, man, that sounds good, doesn't it? And, you know, most anywhere you stop at New York's finer hotels and restaurants, you'll find that for real enjoyment, they're serving real beer, Schaefer beer. Sure, Schaefer's as available at your favorite eating place as it is in your own home. So when you step out, don't forget to order a Schaefer for real enjoyment, a cool, foaming glass of real beer, Schaefer beer. Tell me something, Jared. Did you tell your gal to get plenty of Schaefer for the weekend? Yeah, she's going shopping this afternoon. Going to bring home some Schaefer quartz. All right, well, it's a good thing Jody knows about it. We want everybody to realize the weekend's coming up, and those Schaefer quartz are real handy to have around. Boy, that's the best way out. Oh, man, sure. Back to play. Gilliam coming on, so how about it, Al? Sure, Jeff. Jim Gilliam came up in the 1st inning and flied out to center field to Bill Burton. He's 0 for 1. And batting at 2-5-1. Ronnie Klein on the mound for Pittsburgh, ready to go to work. He's given up 2 base hits. 1 a 2-run home run to Campanella. Soft serve is laid in there, and Gilliam takes it off the hands on the corner for strike 1. One ball, no strike count. Call for Illo. One of our Schaefer Award winners on deck to go next. Curveball laid in there to Gilliam. He backs off and takes it low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Ronnie Klein, the Pittsburgh pitcher, pumps, kicks, and throws. Fastball, and Gilliam whips it down back to first base. Thomas down, digs it out of the dirt. He'll make the play by himself. Does, and there's the first out. 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Carl Furillo bounce out to first base to Frank Thomas, unassisted in the 1st inning. Well, 0 for 1 and batting at 282. 3-0 Brooklyn as they bat here in the last half of the 3rd inning. Tomorrow there'll be a pair fight between these clubs. Klein delivers. Furillo swings with the high foul ball, which is going to be popped right back over the dugout. And it goes out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike on Carl Furillo, to be followed by Duke Snider. Klein swings into action again on the 0-1 count, throws the fastball, and that's a little high, just above the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike to Furillo. 1 out, the base is clean, bottom of the 3rd. The 1-1 delivery, swung on by Carl, lifted to left center field. Going back for it, but it's breaking the wall. Is center fielder Virgin, hauls it in. Carl gave that one a mighty ride, but Virgin was able to get to it. So that's the 2nd out. The last half of the 3rd inning. Coming up now will be Duke Snider. Duke got the Dodgers off on the right foot here this afternoon. When he ripped the double off the wall and right, he kept right on running into second base as Clemente drew low and passed the covering shortstop Dick Gross for an error. Snider got to third base. Pitch to him is Hodges got the run in. 1-0 delivery to Snider, swung on, bounced away foul up the first base side into the crowd. 1 ball and 1 strike on Snider. Billy Herman coaches out at third. Claps his hands together. Yells words of encouragement to do. Flying pitch is a sailor outside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike down on Snider. That pitch looked as though it partially gotten away from Klein. 2-1 offering. Big curve outside and high for ball 3. Snider up on the 3-1 count. We're in the last half of the third inning. 2 down, the base is empty, and Brooklyn leads in the ball game 3-0 on 2 base hits. Both of them extra base blows. Snider's double in the first. And after Bellwood walked and with 1 out, Campanella hit his 13th home run in the left center field stand. The pitch to Snider outside for ball 4. So there are 2 out. Now there's 1 on. The last time Klein walked a man, he came home to Hottie. Now let's see what happens with Hodges when he got in the first inning on a ground ball to third. Gene Freed got retired to Dodgers in the first inning. 3-0, favor Brooklyn. 2 down, Snider at first. Rod back to work now as he checked up for Snider at first. Delivers to Clayton Hodges. Looks at a curve. It's on the corner knee high for strike 1. Properly, that keeps him close. Pitch played as a curveball and has Hodges spinning back out of there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley and Craig tomorrow against Bob Friend and Whammy Douglas. O'Brien back up and throwing again now on the Pittsburgh 10 down the left field line. Klein curves the plate and gets it in there for Snider. Or gets it in there to Hodges for the strike. Snider at first, taking his lead, a cautious lead. 1 ball, 2 strike count on first baseman Hodges. Gallo to follow should Hodges get on. Down comes the pitch. Hodges straight. Laid in there for strike 3. All for Brooklyn in the third. No runs, no hits. There were no errors. There was 1 man. Snider left at first base. Well, the score again of 3 full innings to play now. It's Brooklyn 3 and Pittsburgh nothing. But the other ball clubs are starting to score. Let's go over to Jerry and see what he has on that Schaefer scoreboard for us.
All right, Al. Giants and Phillies at Philadelphia 1-1 at the end of 4.5 innings to play. Gomez started. Montan came on in the third. Stanford going all the way up to this point for Philadelphia. Ball game tied 1-1. St. Louis and Milwaukee, it's Jackson against Burdett. A no report yet. The ball game now underway about 15, 20 minutes. Jackson 12 and 6 and Burdett 11 and 7. Cincinnati playing at Chicago. Jeffcoat against Tillman. And for Cincinnati, Robinson a home run in the first inning with none on, so the Red Legs lead by at least 1-0, but the inning is not completed. In the American League, Baltimore and the Yankees no score at the end of 2.5. Moore replaced by Odell in the first inning, and chance for the Yankees. Chicago, Detroit, the White Sox have scored 4 times in the first inning on a home run by Vinny Minoso with the bases full. That inning is not completed yet, but Chicago leads by at least 4-0. Harrington for Chicago, third. Whammied in the first inning, and Slater now pitching. Boston and Washington. Washington. Chicago third. Whammied in the first inning, and Slater now pitching. Boston and Washington. Washington scored 5 in the first inning and leads Boston 5-0 at the end of 1.5. Cornelius and Porterfield against Kemmerer tonight. It'll be Cleveland at Kansas City, win against Garver. Well, Al, that's everything off the Schaefer scoreboard, so right back to the action. All right, Jim.
Right now, it's Clemente against Koufax, or vice versa, as we start the fourth inning. Clemente walked in the first. He's up 3 second at bat. Leadoff man swings on the first pitch and makes a foul. Back to the trees, like one. Ron Clemente, the number 1 hitter in the Pittsburgh batting order, to be followed by Gene Freeze and then by Bruce. Sandy Koufax has been in quite a ball game so far. In the 3 innings he's faced Pittsburgh. Comes back to the plate with a soft curve, and Clemente pounds it out to right field. Carl Ferrello backing up near the board, calls it down, and there's the first out. One away, top half of the fourth inning. The batter coming up now is Gene Freeze. Gene struck out in the first inning, giving Koufax his first of the 3 strikeouts he's picked up today. So Sandy's total now has gone to 97. Drysdale, however, has 103 strikeouts, but he's pitched a great deal more than Koufax. Fastball laid in there, and it's over for the strike. Gene Freeze batting, right-hand hitting third baseman. Koufax takes off Campanella. Comes back to the plate. Off curve, and it's right in there for the second strike. 4-2. St. Louis has just picked up 3 big runs in the top half of the first inning at Milwaukee. And the Braves are coming to bat now in the last half of that first. St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee nothing in the top of the first inning. Fastball swung on. Freeze with the high foul ball that will fade off into the crowd off the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes. Koufax ready with a new apple. Gene Freeze gets dug in at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The base is empty, and Brooklyn leads 3-0. Pittsburgh at bat. Koufax again shakes off Campanella. Now he's ready and delivers. Pitch is swung on. There's a high popper out back to third base. Ball back for it in fair ground. His third baseman Zimmer hauls it in. 2 down in the top half of inning number 4. With the bases empty, Dick Groat comes up now. He leapt into a double play in the first inning. One of the 2 the Brooklyn interdefenses counts he's picked up today. So Sandy's total now has gone to 97. Drysdale, however, has 103 strikeouts, and he's pitched a great deal more than Koufax. Fastball laid in there, and it's over for the strike. Gene Freeze batting, right-hand hitting third baseman. Koufax shakes off Campanella. Comes back to the plate with a soft curve, and it's right in there for the second strike. 4-2. St. Louis has just picked up 3 big runs in the top half of the first inning at Milwaukee. And the Braves are coming to bat now in the last half of that first. St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee nothing in the top of the first inning. Fastball swung on. Freeze with the high foul ball that will fade off into the crowd off the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes. Koufax ready with a new apple. Gene Freeze gets dug in at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The base is empty, and Brooklyn leads 3-0. Pittsburgh at bat. Koufax again shakes off Campanella. Now he's ready and delivers. Pitch is swung on. There's a high popper out back to third base. Ball back for it in fair ground. His third baseman Zimmer hauls it in. 2 down in the top half of inning number 4. With the bases empty, Dick Groat comes up now. He leapt into a double play in the first inning. One of the 2 the Brooklyn interdefenses manufactured today, and both of them have gone from short to second to first. Groat batting at 330. Right-hand hitter. Koufax ready to work him. Koufax delivers the fastball. It's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The information comes in that Milwaukee did not score in the last half of the first inning. 3-0. St. Louis over Milwaukee in 1 inning. The pitch to Grote is over, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike now. 2 out, nobody on, top of the 4th. Pittsburgh is back, Grote up at the plate. Koufax 1-1 to the plate, fastball, and Grote takes it low. Ball 2. Count on Grote. Repeating at the end of the first inning, St. Louis leads Milwaukee 3-0. Fastball swung on and hit deep into left center field. It is up against the wall. Fallows chases. On his way to second goes Grote. It's a send-up two-bagger for him, and that's the first hit off Koufax. Goes 3 2/3 without giving up a base hit. Then Grote doubles to the wall in left center. Are trying to rattle back here in the 4th. The batter will be Bob Skinner, big tall left-hand hitting left fielder. Boy, he did tag that apple down at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh on the recent visit in there. It was off this corner that Duke Snider made his tremendous catch in deep right center field, climbing the corrugated gate. Bob Skinner from the shortstop in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Koufax throws the overhand fastball, and there's one at close. Well hit ball deep to center field. Snider's going back. There's no use. That ball is into the center field stand for a 2-run home run from Bob Skinner. He can hit him. Hit that one into straightaway center field. Oh, the Brooklyn lead now dwindles. Bob Skinner has just hit his 9th home run. He has 30 runs batted in. Koufax, and Pittsburgh's right back in the ball game, and they're sending up Frank Thomas. Down comes the pitch to the plate. Thomas rifles one through the home at shortstop and into left field for a base hit. All the tying run for Pittsburgh is on at first base right now. Coming up is Bill Mazeroski. 3 hits for Pittsburgh. 3 runs, 2 hits for Brooklyn. Then Levine comes off the Brooklyn bench and starts on a trot down to the Brooklyn bullpen. Bill Mazeroski struck out in the second inning to retire the side. As he's standing in now. Koufax comes to him with a curve that's high up above the cap. 1 ball and no strikes. If you don't like the complexion of things in the National League, all you got to do is wait a minute or two and it changes. Koufax to the top of the stretch, check of the runner at first, throws over there. Thomas moves right back in. Delivers the plate now. Mazeroski punches the foul back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike count. From Levine flowing down in the Brooklyn bullpen now. The end of an inning. St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee has nothing. At the end of 3, Philadelphia 3 and the Giants 1. At the end of 2, Yankees and Baltimore scoreless. Ducking scores in all afternoon. The Yankees have just come up with 3 in the last half of the 3rd inning. So they're leading Baltimore now 3-0. Koufax through to the curve. The pitch is swung on and hit down to short. Neal digs it out of the dirt. Goes the short way to Gilliam to force out Thomas at second to retire the side. So it's 6-4 on the force out. Pittsburgh has a ripple here in the 4th inning. They pick up a pair of runs to get back in the ball game. On a double, followed by a home run, and then a single hit by Thomas leaves a man on. 2 runs, 3 hits. Oh, no errors, and a man left. Score the end of 3 1/2 innings of play. It's the Brooklyn Dodgers 3 and the Pittsburgh Pirates have 2.
The fourth inning, Vallo, Neal, and Campanella coming on to face Ronnie Klein. So right back to the action. Here's Al.
Elmer Vallo walked when he came up his first time. So now this is his first official visit to the plate. Elmer batting at 317. He'll be followed by Neal and then by Campanella. Klein and Pittsburgh right back in the ball game. Brooklyn 3 and Pittsburgh 2. Klein delivers. Vallo swings on it. It's a high carrying fly ball down along the right field line. Roberto Clemente loafing up under it and grabs it. Well, up 1 pitch, 1 man out. Charlie Neal stopped his swing back in the second inning and rolled the ball to the left of pitcher's mound. Klein came down the field to throw him out, so he's over 1. Hitting at 268. Klein works to him, and Neal takes the soft curve in there for the strike. Gino Zamoli is up throwing down in the Brooklyn bullpen, which will have an outfield change for Brooklyn. Overhand fastball is way outside. Neal's count 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Neal, we'll have a chance to duck in a station break. The 1-1 delivery. Neal looks at it and it's low. 2 balls, 1 strike. St. Louis does not score in the top half of inning number 2. So at the end of an inning and a half at Milwaukee, St. Louis 3 and the Braves nothing. Line delivers here to Charlie Neal, and his curve snaps off outside for ball 3. 3-1 on Charlie Neal. 1 out, bottom of the 4th, bases empty. Brooklyn 3, Pittsburgh 2. Now the 3-1 delivery. Overhand fastball, low ball 4. Charlie Neal is on with 1 out, and we'll pause here for station identification. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodgers station in Albany, New York. It's 3:02 WOKO time.
When Roy Campanella stepped up to the plate in the second inning with Almeida for it, he promptly hit 1 deep into the left center field stand for a home run. Now Klein serves up, and Campy takes the curve over for strike 1. Roy batting at 240. Isn't it funny to see 2 catchers as great as Campanella and Berra have been over the last 2 years, both having a tough time with the wood. There's a throw to first. Charlie Neal gets back. Berra has been having trouble buying base hits, and Roy has been moaning a little low about his base hits, too. And let's throw first. Neal is back. Now the 0-1 pitch. Curveball is hit down to Grote. It bounces off his glove. Out in the center field. Bird backing him up. Takes the ball up, fires in the second. Neal keeps galloping, moves on to third base. And that'll go as a base hit. Ball took an erratic bounce. Grote flipped his glove up at the last moment, trying to grab it, and he just hit the tip end of his glove, squirted away from him. Well, Campy will be given a base hit on that one. Charlie Neal carrying the mail is moved around third. The batter is Don Zimmer. Rolled out to the first baseman unassisted. Second inning, he's 0 for 1. Line fastball is cracked in there for the strike. Zimmer batting at 225. The Dodgers in the 4th with 1 out have runners at first and third. They're leading Pittsburgh 3-2. And King and Johnny O'Brien get up and start to throw again in bullpen for Pittsburgh. Klein fires another strike to the plate. Oh, Zimmer's count now is 0-2. off the first base side to the crowd. Downstairs is them, no balls to strike. Charlie Neal, the runner at third. Roy Campanella on at first. To pitch high and inside. Zimmer hits the dirt. Was right up over the peak of the cap. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the little Dutchman, Cincinnati. Line takes a sign out from Hank Foils. Looks at Charlie Neal at third. Then delivers the plate. Big curveball. Zimmer swings and doesn't get it. Strike 3. That's the second out now. Strikeout number 3 for Klein. Important out for him to be getting to. Danny Murtaugh calls for time and pops off the Pirate bench. He goes on a trot out to the mound to talk to Klein. Sandy Koufax will be the Brooklyn batter. Charlie Neal very free to foot on the third. Roy Campanella is the Brooklyn base runner at first. Whatever Danny Murtaugh had to say to his pitcher, message has been transmitted, and he's on his way back to the Pirate bench. Nelson King, Johnny O'Brien, a couple of right-handers. One tall and skinny. O'Brien short and squat. Out the bullpen for Pittsburgh. Line to the stretch. Looks down to Koufax. The pitch is swung on by Sandy and lifted out into right center. Coming in for it is Clemente, but going back towards second baseman Mazeroski. He handles it to the out, and that retires the foul. In the fourth. No runs, 1 hit. Coupled with a walk, 2 men were left on with no errors. And the score at the end of 4 full innings of play. It is Brooklyn 3 and the Pittsburgh Pirates have 2. It's possible that Crawford could be having a little trouble. Gino Simoli with that elbow, because Gino Simoli is coming in now as the Brooklyn right fielder. Simoli in right field now for Brooklyn. He'll take over Perillo's spot in the batting order, hitting number 2. Now we'll move into the top half. Hitting number 5 with Bill Burton standing in for Pittsburgh. Koufax comes down to him, and the left-hand hitter swings and misses on a low curveball. The strike 1. At the end of 3.5 innings, the Yankees are leading Baltimore 3-0. Koufax works the plate on the 0-1 count. The soft curve is hit down to the right side. Gilliam tries to get it, but as they lose him, goes past him into right field for a base hit. Burton is on. Again, the Pirates have the tying run on. Single to right, hit through the hole between first and second. Burton is the base runner. Coming up is Hank Foils, who also can hit that ball a country mile for you. If you pitch it in the slot, he likes it. Batting at 267. Koufax carefully set, checks his runner, delivers the plate, Foils swings, and doesn't get a fastball. That's strike 1. Koufax nods now to Campanella's sign, looks at Burton and pitches the plate, Foils, reaching for an outside curveball, punches it off to the right foul. That goes into the crowd. No balls and 2 strikes. Busy wrapping up a new apple. Burton represented the tying run for Pittsburgh, standing close to the left at first base. Hodges holds the corner on him. 1 on, nobody out top, but there's 3-2 Brooklyn. Koufax curve is slammed out into right center field. That's going to be in for a base hit, maybe for extra bases. Bill Burton has made the turn. He's on his way to third. The ball goes to the corner and the break in the wall, and Burton comes on in to score, and Hank Foils, the big guy, has tripled. Oh, that makes a new ball game out of it. triple to the deepest success of right center field. Give him a run batted in. That's hit number 5, run number 3 off Koufax. Now it's all tied up 3-3. Soldier, you'll like the complexion of it. Just wait a minute. All these National League teams this year are about batting each other's brains out. Ryan will come up to bat for himself. The Brooklyn infield draws in sight. Hank foils. Goes just triple in the flying run. Burton from first base is on a third himself, representing the tie-breaking run. Koufax ready. Delivers. The pitch is swung on and pasted foul off to the right of the plate, up on top of the roof. Another strike one on Ronnie Klein. Then Levine up in a big hurry, throwing down in the Brooklyn bullpen. All tied at 3-3. Koufax checks his runner at third, delivers the plate, and Klein takes it outside and high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Koufax taking plenty of time now. Campanella pops him into the target. Boyle, hands on hip, sweeps down off third, takes a couple of chopping steps down as Koufax delivers the fastball and it's swung on at the plate and foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Ronnie Klein. Nobody out for Pittsburgh here in the top half of the 5th inning, and the lead runner's on at third. Single followed by a triple. It's tied this ball game up at 3-3. Koufax down to the plate on the 1-2 count, pitching high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ronnie Klein aware of 2-2, 22. All right-hand hitter at the plate right now for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sandy eyes the runner, foils at third. Delivers 2-2. Overhand fastball, swung on, and missed for strike 3. Well, Koufax hangs up a strikeout here and needs the inning. A total of 4 for his work this afternoon. Roberto Clemente, right-hand hitting right fielder, starting the third batting go round for Pittsburgh. He walked in the first, flied to right in the 4th inning. So he's 0 for 1, hitting at .248. Tie-breaking run at third can still be gotten in on the sacrifice fly ball. And the Brooklyn infield still plays up ahead of the base path. Koufax delivers. Clemente swings and doesn't get one. It's right off the pitch. No balls and 1 strike. All locked up here, 3-3. Koufax in a spot, pitching to Bob Clemente. Tie-breaking run at third in the person of Hank Foils. Down comes that pitch, and Clemente lays off and takes it high. 1-1. Levine still cranking up down in the Brooklyn bullpen. He's about ready if manager Walter Olson wants to use him. Clemente all poised and waiting at the plate. Koufax lets him cool out a bit as he ganders over third base at Foils. Then delivers 1-1. The fastball is hit through the hole. Shortstop into left field. Foils comes in a trot to score the run to break the tie. Clemente is on. Ball rammed through the hole at short and into left. That is the 6th hit and the 4th run given up by Koufax. Pittsburgh leads it now 4-3. And with 1 out here in the 5th inning, Clemente is on at first base, and the batter coming up is Gene Freese, who has struck out and pops up to third base to Don Zimmer. Freese coming back to get a new bat. 4 runs on 6 hits for Pittsburgh. For Brooklyn, 3 runs and 3 hits. Each side has had a home run hit for them. And in each case, it was a 2-run home run. Skinner hit one for Pittsburgh in the 4th. Campanella hit his in the 2nd inning for Brooklyn. A throw to first has Clemente leaping back at that bag. 4-3 Pittsburgh out in front. At the end of 2.5 innings, it is St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee nothing. Milwaukee batting last half of the third. Down comes an overhand fastball. Freeze goes for it and misses it. That's strike one. Freeze will be followed by Gross. These second division ball clubs have really been raising havoc with those clubs that have been fighting it out in the first division. Clubs, the Pirates have come to life. It's a swung on. There's a high fly ball hung along the left field line. Coming over Zelmer Vallo is near the stand. He cannot get it. It's back about 4 rows. Long loud strike to Gene Freeze. Count is 0-2. Top half of the fifth inning at Ebbets Field. The Pittsburgh Pirates are at bat. 1 out, 1 on, and they're leading 4-3. Koufax with a hunch of the shoulders is ready now as he straddles the rubber. Looks over at Clemente at first. Now down to Freeze and pitches to him. Pitch is swung on and line foul down the left field side into the second tier. Ready 0-2. A check of Clemente at first base. Delivers to Gene Freeze. An overhand fastball, and Gene pops this one back foul. That'll catch the wire. No balls, 2 strikes. Koufax trying to bear down here. Get out of this as cheaply as possible. Up for leading the ball game here in the top half of the fifth inning, giving up 2 runs. He delivers the plate and Freeze takes the curve in there for strike 3. Oh, that's the second out. Koufax picked up number 5. While we're waiting for Dick Gross to come up there, I'd like to pass a message on to you from the American Tobacco Company. For the big things in your life, be ready with United States Savings Bonds. Save the effective way. Save the automatic way. Save through payroll savings where you work or regularly at the bank. Dick Gross, the leading hitter percentage-wise on the Pirate Ball Club, takes a curve high from Koufax for ball 1. Gross hit into a double play in the first inning and then came along in the fourth inning and doubled to left center. He was on when Skinner unloaded his 2-run home run. There were 2 outs at the time. Clemente, who has hit in the go-ahead run for Pittsburgh, is still the barred runner at first base. Koufax still concerned with him as he gets ready to pitch to Gross. Now delivers the fastball to time outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The Pirates here in the fifth inning have scored 2 runs on a single, a triple, and a single in that order. 2 runs on 3 hits. Koufax checking up with Clemente, first base as Hodges holds it there. Now they 2-0 delivery on right-hand batting Dick Gross. Fastball, and Dick swings on it, pops it. 2 balls, 1 strike. The end of 4 innings, Philadelphia 3 and the Giants 1. The Yanks in the last half of the fourth came up with a run. The end of 4.5 innings, the Yankees out in front 4-0 over Baltimore. The end of 3-4, it's St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee nothing. Cincinnati and Chicago tied at the end of 2-1-1. Koufax delivers, the pitch is swung on and hit away foul. Spins back out of the net. Two strikes, 2 out, 1 on. Top half of the fifth inning. 2 runs have been scored by Pittsburgh, and they've picked up the lead here in the top half of the fifth inning. Score 4-3. Koufax, all set now to pitch to Dick Gross. Comes down to him, the slow curve and caught after it. Hits a high foul ball. This will spin away from Hodges as he runs to the stand. So go in the second tier. first base now. Koufax ready to take play on 2-2 count. The soft curve is taken by Gross. Ball 3. Dick tried to go for that high one. Laid off at just in time. So with 2 outs and a 3-2 count on Dick Gross, Bob Clemente at first base can be off and running for Pittsburgh. See what Koufax offers Dick Gross. Clemente goes, the pitch is swung on and fouled away into the stands off first base side. And getting on one of the park policemen. Coming on, getting the foul ball, was just out of the reach of spectators. 3-2 count now on Dick Gross. Clemente ready to break again. He holds instead as Koufax turns and throws to first. Rogers returns it. Top half, inning number 5. 3-2 pitch. Clemente goes, pitch is swung on it again, foul to the crowd. Now drives right along. 3-2. Giants did not score in the 5th inning. Philadelphia leads them 3-1 at the end of 4 1/2. Levine still in the Brooklyn bullpen. 3-2 pitch. The plate is taken inside for ball 4. A broke walk. That'll move Clemente down to second. Behind here, 4-3. Maybe that they're going to bring Clint Levine in now to pitch to this left-hand hitting Skinner. Big fella takes quite a cut with that shillelagh. Got under one and sent a sky-high pop-up back into very short left field. Charlie Neal grabbed in the 2nd inning. But he punted one into the center field stand, well back. And the 4th for his 9th home run of the year. Well, Koufax is going to stay on. Walter Ross has given him his instructions. The MGR man comes walking back down to the Brooklyn bench. Runners at first and second. 2 out, top of the 5th inning. Clemente is on at second. Dick Gross is on at first. Skinner standing in. Bob batting at 3:14. Back to the stretch, check of the runners, over the plate, pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Campanella asks plate umpire Baker for a new ball. Walks it part way back to the mound before firing it out to Koufax. Bob Clemente, Pittsburgh's right fielder, is their base runner at second. Dick Gross is shortstop at first, 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. They scored 2 times to pick up the lead 4-3. Koufax delivers, Skinner takes. The pitch is under the knee. Ball 2. Pittsburgh and Brooklyn will be playing a doubleheader here at Ebbets Field tomorrow. Sal Maglie and Roger Craig are scheduled to be the Brooklyn starting pitchers against Bob Friend and Charles Whammy Douglas. Now Koufax ready to pitch to Skinner on the 2-0 count. Runners with leads at first and second. Koufax down to the plate. Skinner takes. Now that a fastball. Low again. That's ball 3. To this guy Skinner gives you the impression he's trying to aim these pitches. Got to ride him in there just where he wants it. Got behind. Delivers fastball inside off the hands, ball 4, and that loads her up. Also moves out to second. Clemente moves over to third. Walter Austin says, I've seen it now. I get the message. Then bring me on Clem Labine. Walks right out of the Brooklyn Dodger dugout, just motions down it for Clem to come on in. Well, Sandy Koufax goes 4 and 2/3 innings. Leaves the bases loaded. He's behind 4-3. And Clem Labine comes on. While we check up on Clem Labine's record, I think Ben has all of the particulars on the ball games that are being played this afternoon, so let's get over to Redhead here and find out what's going.
Well, the Giants and the Phillies at the end are 4.5 innings of play. The Phillies 3, the Giants 1. Stanford going. Gomez, Montan, and Constable for the Giants. St. Louis and Milwaukee, the Cardinals lead 3-0 at the end of 3.5. Jackson against Burdett. Cincinnati at Chicago, 1-1 tie at the end of 3 innings. Jeff Cole against Hilbert. Frank Robinson hit his 22nd home run in the first inning with nobody on. The Yankees lead Baltimore 4-0 at the end of 5 innings back of Bobby Chan. Moore started Odell in the first inning. The White Sox are leading the Tigers 5-3 at the end of 2.5 innings. Darrington against Bird, Slater relieved in the first inning. Vinny Minoso hit a grand slam home run in the first inning for the White Sox, and Slater has hit a home run in the second with 2 on. It's 5-3 White Sox at the end of 2.5. Washington leads Boston 6-0 at the end of 3.5 back at Kemmerer. O'Neill has Porterfield and Menardson for Boston. Eddie Yost his 9th home run in the 4th inning with nobody on for Washington. So that will make it now 7-0 in favor of Washington, still hitting in the 4th inning. Cleveland and Kansas City, they will play tonight. Well, you're right up to date on all the scores that we have for you. We're in the 5th inning with 2 out, and the Pirates leading the Dodgers 4-3. Bases loaded. Thomas will be the batter, and we'll find out about the line. Let's get right back to Al.
Well, Clem coming into his 53rd ball game comes into a rather unenviable position. As Ben told you, the bases jammed and Frank Thomas up there. Clem is not the pitcher of record in this one as it stands, but we'll give you his record in case he might figure in it. He's 5-6. Has 17 saves so far this year. The bases loaded. Frank Thomas standing in with 2 outs. Curveball spins him back out of there. Strikes in over the chest. 1 ball and no strikes. This is the 8th man to come to bat for Pittsburgh in the 5th inning. They've scored twice, and the bases loaded. Chases starting pitcher Sandy Koufax. Goes 4 and 2/3. Labine ready. Check off Clemente at third. He delivers the curveball, and it's outside and low. That's 2 balls and no strikes now to Thomas. Pittsburgh 4 runs on 6 hits. Brooklyn 3 runs on 3 hits. The Pirates is back at the top of the 5th. 3 hits and a couple of walks. The inning has produced 2 runs, and the bases are right now loaded. Labine, and he's delivering to the plate on the 2-0 count. Outside, ball 3. Delivery. Fastball is lined down in the corner in left field. Battle over to cut it off. Bob Clemente comes in to score. Right behind him comes Grote. Skinner winds up at third on the throw in. Down to second base. Goes Thomas with a double. Double to left. Those 2 runs are charged to Koufax. Runs 5 and 6. For Pittsburgh, it comes off Labine. The next batter up, and let's quickly pause for station identification. Brooklyn Dodger Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodger station in Albany, New York. It's 3:30 WOKO time. Pittsburgh's batter, the 9th man up, Bill Mazeroski, takes a strike. Runners at second and third. Labine delivers. Mazeroski takes a curve at the knees. Strike 2. First
Pittsburgh has chased in 4 runs. The lead is now 6-3. Runner at second base. Now this is the responsibility of Lamine, who pitches the plate outside and low. A ball and 2 strikes now to count on Mazeroski. Skinner, the runner at third, is the last responsibility of an out-of-party Koufax. The end of 5 innings, Philadelphia leads New York. 3-1. The bond delivers 1-2, and the pitcher swung on and looped out into very short left center field. Going back is Johnny Neal to make it over the shoulder, running away catch. Well, that does it. In the 5th inning, it was a big one for Pittsburgh. Pick up 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors. There were 2 men left on. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings of play is Pittsburgh 6, and the Brooklyn Dodgers have 3. Now here's
the last of the 5th inning. Fire at 6, Dodgers 3. Jim Gilliam coming up and right back to Al.
Well, when this ball game started, in the early stages of it, it looked as though Ronnie Klein wouldn't be around very long. But he's not only around, he's ahead. Pittsburgh leads at 6-3, and Klein is now ready to pitch to Jim Gilliam to start things in the last half of this inning. Gilliam is 0 for 2. Klein comes in there with a fastball that's right under the letters. Strike 1. 6 runs, 7 hits for Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 3 hits for Brooklyn. Line back to the plate to Gilliam. Slaps at it, hits a bounding ball to second. Mazeroski doubles it up, fires to first base, and Gilliam goes down. One away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gino Simone making his first appearance of the afternoon after having taken over defensively for Carl Perillo in the 5th inning. Batting at 303 with 9 home runs and 44 runs batted in. Klein gets his motion started. The gangly right-hander delivers. Simone takes a fastball laid in at the waist. That's strike 1. One out, bases empty, bottom of the 5th. Pittsburgh 6, Brooklyn 3. Klein with an overhand fastball gets it in there low. Simone's count 1 ball and 1 strike. Repeating at the end of 3, St. Louis 3, Milwaukee nothing. Cincinnati, Chicago tied up at 2, 1-1. The pitch to Simone, the curveball, right under his chin. He just snaps his head back, takes ball 2. 2-1 on Gino. Back to action on the 2-1 count. Fires the fastball and then trips up the middle. Back out shortstop. Grote has the ball bounced away from him. He can't make a play as Simone gets on at first base on Grote's fielding error. That's the second Pittsburgh error. Clemente was charged with a throwing error earlier in the ball game. Don Grote's charged with a fielding error. Snider. 1 out, 1 on here in the 5th inning. Snider has doubled his walk. So he's 1 for 1. Hitting at 282. Klein has his troubles through him now as he pitches the plate to Snider. Swings on a big let-up curve and doesn't get it. That's strike 1. Snider on the fastball. It's fouled away to the review. Count remains strike 2. has any more trouble here in this inning.
Talking, everybody's talking, everybody's talking, everybody's talking, everybody's talking, everybody's talking.
Everybody's talking about the new Oldsmobile at Rose Oldsmobile, Central and Manning in Albany. The man of distinction deserves the car of distinction, the 1957 Oldsmobile. You can step up to the beautiful new Oldsmobile for a lot less than you might think.
Get Rose's deal on Oldsmobile. Get Rose's deal on Oldsmobile. Get Rose's deal on
Lots of people have already gotten Rose's deal on Oldsmobile, and they keep coming back time after time. Over 67% of Rose Oldsmobile sales are repeat sales to old customers. There's a reason. Rose Oldsmobile has a skilled staff of factory-trained mechanics and a modern service shop that assures top-notch performance for your old throughout the life of the car. Low price on initial purchase, guaranteed service satisfaction, 100% dealer reliability. That's why everybody's saying,
Get Rose's deal on Oldsmobile. Get Rose's deal on Oldsmobile. Get Rose's deal.
Rose Oldsmobile, Central and Manning in Albany.
Well, 5 big innings have been completed here at Ebbets Field. And as we go to the top of the 6th inning with Burden coming on, we see that Pittsburgh has 6 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors, and Brooklyn 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors.
Thank you, Al. Hi, everybody. Bill Verdon has walked in singles, batting .261. Levine sends in the sinker, a little low, ball 1. Burden, Foils, and Klein, the way the Pirates should do up here in the 6th. Levine comes back 1-0, and the pitch is tapped slowly halfway to the mound. Levine down to field it and gets his man. 1 up, 1 away. Hank Foils has hit into a double play and tripled into the alleyway in right center in the 5th inning. Hank batting .270. Lucky Strike blowing smoke rings to you from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, wishing you the very best wherever you may be. Levine's fastball in for the strike on 1. Lovely day in New York. And the prospect of fine weather for tomorrow's doubleheader. Bob Friend and Charlie Douglas. Probably Magley and Craig for Brooklyn. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3 in the 6th inning. Nothing new out of Milwaukee at the end of 4 1/2. Cardinals 3, Braves nothing. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. 1-2. Fry looks in to get his sign. Now Clem ready. And 1-2 pitch to Hank Foils. Just outside. 2-2. We have over 6,000 knot-hole youngsters here today as guests of the management. Happy to see all the kids out at the ballpark. Boy, it's perpetual motion, too, in the upper left field stand. Levine delivers 2-2. Sidearm curve, fouled away. Count remains 2-2. The Cardinals did not score in the 6th inning. We're now at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play. Cardinals 3, Milwaukee nothing. Larry Jackson and Lou Burdett. Cardinals snapped a 9-game losing streak last night, and in winning broke a Milwaukee 10-game winning streak. The 2-2 pitch to Hank Foils. Sharp curve, but he checked his swing and the pitch is low. Ball 3. Full count. In there, called strike 3. Oh, Hank Foils caught looking. 2 down now in the 6th inning, and Ronnie Klein coming up. Klein has struck out twice today. He has 4 hits this year. 2 out, bases empty in the 6th inning. Pirates 6, Brooklyn 3. When the Dodgers bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, they'll have Vallo, Neal, and Campanella. Fastball fouled away, 0-1. 6-3 Pittsburgh, 2 out in the 6th. To his windup, and the strike 1 pitch. Fastball fouled at the plate, 0-2. Thing is Campanella right in the chest protector, right in the middle of the chest. It shook him up. To Ronnie Klein. Strike 2 pitch to Ronnie. Sharp curve, it stays high. Ball 1. 1-2. Klein trying to squeeze a wrinkle into that ball. Klein just waiting. Now Clem ready. And the 1-2 pitch. Sidearm curve, high and away. 2-2. Clem working very slowly and deliberately on Ronnie Klein, trying to nail him now to close out the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clem ready and the 2-2. Sinker outside, ball 3. Sabine delivers 3-2. Pitch cut on and fouled away in the upper deck off first base. So the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sandy Koufax started when 4 2/3 and had to come out. All 6 runs charging in Sandy. Ronnie Klein has had some rough luck this year. He has 3 wins and 15 defeats. He's still in there for Pittsburgh. 3-2 pitch to Mr. Klein, and it's wrapped foul into the seats off first base. To Klein. On deck, Bob Clemente. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3 in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Klein waiting. Now Levine is ready, and the 3-2 pitch. Cut on and hit foul down the right field line. So quite a duel going on. Ronnie Klein and Clem Levine. Hope you'll be able to make your plans and be with us tomorrow for the doubleheader. Plenty of seats for it. Weatherman says it's going to be fine. And you can also play a game of scoreboard out here and watch the Cardinal-Milwaukee doubleheader. 3-2 pitch is taken at the knees, called strike 3. So Ronnie Klein, for the 3rd time today, strikes out. Levine strikes out 2 men now. For the Pirates in the 6th, they go out in order at the end of 5.5 innings of play. Pittsburgh 6 and Brooklyn 3. Now let's get over to Al.
Well, baseball experts, here comes another Lucky Strike baseball quiz. But first, a moment to relax and light up a light smoke. A better tasting Lucky Strike. Yes, there's fine tobacco alone that tastes right. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. All fine tobacco, naturally like good tasting tobacco. That's toasted to taste even better. So light up a light smoke. Light up a Lucky. You'll say it's the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Now, here's our Lucky Strike baseball quiz. Who holds the modern Major League record for the most innings pitched in a season? Who holds the modern Major League record for the most innings pitched in a season? Well, the answer is in 1908, Big Ed Walsh of the Chicago White Sox pitched 464 innings for the modern Major League record. Well, that fact can be found on page 150 of the Schaefer Lucky Strike Baseball Guide and Record Book. Just a limited supply of these fine books are left, fans, so get yours right away. Send 50 cents, your name and address, to Baseball Guide, Box 35, Brooklyn 1, New York. And now then he sends us along into the last half of inning number 6.
Elmer Vallow to lead it off. Elmer has walked and flied to right. In the Dodger bullpen now, begin to stir, and Don Drysdale loosening up. Vallow, Neal, and Campanella. Elmer hitting .314. 6-3 Pirates, bottom of the 6th inning. Vallow settles in the hitter's box, and Klein ready to pitch. Ronnie delivers for a strike, 1-1. Outfield split on Elmer, big gap in left center. Klein ready, and the strike one pitch. Cut on and hit down to Bill Mazeroski, who just waits for it to come to him and then throws to first. One up, one away. Charlie Neal hit back to the box and walked. Charlie hitting .268. The Dodgers led 3-0. The Pirates got 2 in the 4th inning and then came up with 4 runs in the 5th. So they have the lead 6-3. Ronnie Klein delivers, and Charlie Neal fouls it at the plate, 0-1. Klein ready, strike one pitch to Neal, just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Charlie Neal. Fastball that misses. Ball 2. 2-1. Magley and Craig, Friend and Douglas in the doubleheader tomorrow. Klein comes back to Neal 2-1. The fastball is tapped down to short. Grote charges. Short hops it. Flips over to first, and we have 2 outs. Campanella is 2 for 2. Hit a home run with Elmer Vallow aboard in the 2nd inning and got a bad bounce single off Dick Grote's glove in the 4th. Campy 2 for 2, batting .243. Outfield on Campanella. Deep straight away. Klein delivers, and the curveball is outside. Ball 1. Pirates and the Dodgers have played some good ball games this year, low-scoring affairs. 2 series at Pittsburgh have really been something. 1-0 pitch is on the corner for a strike, 1-1. Earlier this year, if you remember, in a 4-game series, the scores were 4-3, 3-2, 2-1, and 1-0. A tough one. 1-1ers, just outside, ball 2, 2-1. It's also reflected. When you look at the series, this is the 19th meeting. The Dodgers have won 10 and the Pirates 8. The 2-1 pitch to Campanella. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 2-2. In games played here at Ebbets Field, the Dodgers have taken 4 of 6. I'll bet you the Pirates are about as tough a last-place club at home as there have been around in a long time. 2-2 pitch to Campanella, cut on and looped to center field. Burton, who is deep, is charging, but it drops in for the base hit. So with 2 out, Campanella singles to center for his 3rd hit. He's 3 for 3. So it's really been, I guess, offensively, the Pirates against Campanella, for the Dodgers have only 4 hits, and Roy has 3 of them. Don Zimmer, the batter, is bounced out and struck out, hitting .224. Zimmer might very well call the future of Labine in this one as to what he does up there at the plate. First pitch, a little high, ball 1. With Drysdale throwing down in the bullpen, and the pitcher's spot due to follow Zimmer. He gets on. Austin might go to his bench. Klein takes a look at Campanella. The 1-0 pitch is fastball in for the strike. 1-1. The Milwaukee Braves have come up with 2 runs in the 6th inning. Well, that's a tough one out there. Cardinals 3 and Braves 2. The end of 6. Red chain team. hit a home run with a man aboard to get the 2 over in a hurry. The 1-1 to Zimmer. Fastball, a line drive on a bounce into center field for the base hit. Cavanagh stops at second. Roy is not running well at all. I don't know whether he just decided he wouldn't take a turn or if that toe of his was bothering him, but he was kind of running very gingerly down towards second. All right, Zimmer singles. Cavanagh goes to second, and Rube Walker will hit for Clem Levine. Runners at first and second, 2 out in the 6th inning, 6-3 Pittsburgh. Arroyo and Elroy face in the Pirate bullpen as Rube Walker is announced to the crowd. Rube batting .200. Has 2 home runs and 16 runs batted in. So Levine works an inning in the 3rd. Gives up a hit but no run. Struck out 2. Rube Walker hitting for Levine here in the 6th. We'll see Don Drysdale in the 7th inning. Ronnie Klein in a jam now, just staring in to get his sign. Rube Walker waiting. Check of the base runners, a pitch to the plate, and Walker takes low, ball 1. On deck, Jim Gilliam. Delivers 1-0 to Walker, who checks his swing, and that pitch is low, ball 2. 2-0. The Ronnie's starting to dig a hole now. Campanella at second, and trying to stay off his left foot, I believe. I think it's bothering him. And Don Zimmer, a big lead at first, since the right side of the infield is deep. The 2-0 pitch to Walker, cut on and fouled away. 2-1. At the end of this inning, we'll have a complete rundown of all the scores, pitchers involved, any home runs that might have been hit in both leagues. Two and one, the count to pinch hitter Rube Walker. 6-3 Pirates, 2 out in the 6th inning. Line up on top, now ready, and the 2-1 pitch. Walker swings and fouls it away, 2-2. We have the paid attendance for you, 6,830, 6830. 1,835 ladies, 6,000 not old youngsters, so all told, 14,665. All right, deuces up here in the 6th inning, 6-3 Pittsburgh. Campanella off second, Zimmer a big lead at first. Staring down the barrel. Now he's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Walker takes in there. Call strike 3. A towel comes flying out of the Dodger dugout as Walker stays up at home plate to argue with plate umpire Bill Baker. Oh, Rube Walker is caught looking at a 3rd strike, and for the Dodgers in the 6th inning, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on. The end of 6 innings of play, Pittsburgh 6 and Brooklyn 3. Now for all the other scores, here's Al.
The Giants and the Phillies at the end of 7 innings of play. The Phillies lead the Giants 3-1. Gomez started for New York, Monzat in the 3rd, and Constable in the 3rd. Stanford pitching this game for the Phillies. St. Louis and Milwaukee at the end of 6 innings. It is St. Louis 3 and Milwaukee has 2. Jackson for St. Louis, and for Milwaukee it is Burdette. Shane Dinks, as Benny told you, in the 6th with 1 on, had his 12th home run of the year for the Milwaukee Braves. Cincinnati and Chicago at the end of 5 innings, all tied at 1 apiece. Jeff goes to Cincinnati, and for Chicago, it is Hillman. Robinson in the 1st with nobody on had his 22nd home run of the year for Cincinnati. Over in the American League at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it is 5-2 in favor of the Yankees over Baltimore, with Chance going for the Yankees. Moore starting for Baltimore. Odell in the 1st inning. Kell in the 6th with 1 on had a home run for the Baltimore Birds. Chicago and Detroit at the end of 4 innings of play. It is 5-4. Chicago leading Detroit. Darrington starting for Chicago and Staley in the 3rd. Burt commenced for Detroit and Slater relieved him in the 1st inning. Minoso in the 1st with the bases loaded. It is 9th home run of the year for the White Sox. Slater, the pitcher, hit a home run in the 2nd with 2 on. That is his second of the year for the Detroit Tigers. Boston and Washington at the end of 5.5 innings of play. It's 13-0. Washington clobbering Boston. Cornelius started for Boston, Porterfield in the first, and Marston in the fourth. Keller for Washington. Yost in the fourth with the bases empty, hit his 9th home run. Tonight, Cleveland plays at Kansas City. Early win scheduled to go for Cleveland, 13-13, against Kansas City's Ned Garber, who has won 5 and has lost 10. Well, that's all the information right after the minute from the Lucky Strike scoreboard. So back to the action, and here's Vic.
Don Drysdale takes over for Brooklyn now, pitching to Bob Clemente in the right-handed curve, in for the strike, 0-1. 7th inning, Pirates 6, Brooklyn 3. After Walker was called out on strikes, a lot of the Dodgers getting on plate umpire Bill Baker. But he warned them, and they finally quieted down. Fastball at the knees for the second strike, 0-2. Clemente has walked, flied to right, and singled, batting .250. Pirates 6 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Dodgers 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Drysdale bends the curve, it's outside, 1-2. Keep an eye out on that Cardinal-Milwaukee ball game for you as soon as we have anything further to report. At the moment, the end of 6, it's 3-2 Cardinals. Drysdale bends at the waist to get his sign. Now the lanky right-hander ready. Sidearm curve is cut on, a high foul back of the plate. Campanella starts to come back, but he has no play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bob Clemente. Clemente, Freeze, and Gross, the way the Pirates said here in the 7th. Drysdale ready. The 1-2 pitch to Clemente. Sidearm fastball. It's hit fair just inside the right field line and down into the Dodger bullpen. By the time that Samoli surrounds it down there in the corner, Clemente has himself a stand-up double. So Clemente doubles into the right field corner to open up things in the 7th inning. That ball took a couple of tricky hops after it went into the bullpen. It hit the protective railing in front of the dugout down here and all the way down under the old wooden bench. Clemente at second base. Nobody out, and the batter, Gene Freeze, struck out twice and popped up, hitting .281. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3. 7th inning. Freeze waiting, Drysdale ready, and delivers Gene around a bunt, then withdraws the bat, and the pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Hodges ready to come to the plate. Zimmer playing caddy corner at third. Drysdale has his sign, now turns on the rubber. Checks second, and the strike 1 pitch. Freeze does bunt it. Drysdale down along with Zimmer. They bump together, and there won't be a play made. Zimmer charging the bunt. Drysdale, coming down off the mound, had his back to third base, and Zimmer bumped into him, and both men just overran the ball. No one touched it, so Freeze has himself a bunt single. Clemente advancing to third. Runners at first and third with nobody out. The batter, Dick Grote, hitting .332. The infield drawn up now as Grote settles in. Dick is 1 for 2, hit into a double play, doubled, and walked. Drysdale ready, checks his runners. Now delivers to Grote. Sidearm fastball nubbed halfway to the mound. Campanella's play is to first base. Clemente holds at third. Down to second goes Gene Freeze. So Grote taps out, and Freeze advances to second. Runners at second and third. 1 out. And the batter, Bob Skinner. Skinner today popped out, hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning, and walked. Batting .314. With first base open, so we'll see how they play it now. Frank Thomas on deck. And they'll put him on. So Bob Skinner will get an intentional walk, and they'll concentrate on Frank Thomas. Drysdale serves up his second wide one. Good time to light up a cigarette, huh? Feel like one? Try a light smoke. Try a lucky strike. Well, Bob Skinner gets his intentional walk and trots to first. Gene Freese at second, Bob Clemente at third. 1 out in the 7th inning. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3, and the batter, Frank Thomas. Frank is bounced out and singled and doubled. Thomas hitting .301. The infield in double play depth now. On deck, Bill Mazeroski. Don Besson begins to throw in the Brooklyn bullpen. Drysdale checks his man, now goes to a full windup and delivers a curve and on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Three Pirates are trying to get some more here in the 7th. Drysdale trying to keep them away. Down to his windup and the strike one pitch. Curveball cut on and missed, 0-2. The Cardinals did not score in the 7th. The Braves are at bat in the bottom of the 7th, and the Cardinals lead 3-2. The count to Frank Thomas. Bases loaded, 1 out. Drysdale ready, and the strike 2 pitch. Curveball got him swinging. So Drysdale throwing curves to Thomas, strikes him out. 2 down, and here's Bill Mazeroski. Mazeroski struck out, hit into a 4th play, and popped up. Batting .289. Drysdale winds and delivers. Curveball cut on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Gene Freese, a little frisky down there at second on a pitch that afraid he ran halfway to third. Then kind of looked at Clemente and backed off again. 0-1. Drysdale delivers the strike 1 pitch, and the curve is fouled away outside of first. 0-2. Two strikes on Mazeroski. Walter Orton is calling his outfield, in particular Duke Snider, to come up and play a little more shallow. Mazeroski beat Brooklyn a ball game at Forbes Field, looping one into center. Strike 2 pitch. Curve in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Campanello. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3. 2 out in the 7th inning. The Bucks have the bases loaded. Bob Skinner at first, Gene Freese at second, Bob Clemente at third. 1-2 to Mazeroski. McGillian, Simoli, and Snider when the Dodgers hit in the bottom of the 7th. Drysdale shakes no. Now down to his windup, and the 1-2 pitch. Curveball just outside and low, 2-2. Milwaukee did not score in the 7th. So at the end of 7, Cardinals 3, Milwaukee 2. Drysdale delivers 2-2. Curveball got him swinging. Don Drysdale, with the bases loaded and 1 out, strikes out Frank Thomas and Bill Mazeroski. The end of 6.5 innings of play. It remains Pirates 6 and Dodgers 3. And before we get to the bottom of the 7th inning, let's listen to Al.
Well, the lucky 7th. Time for all the hometown fans to stand up and be counted. I guess I'll do likewise. Stretch way out. Oh, that feels good. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, and fine tobacco alone tastes right. That's great. You know, that's why they say Lucky's tastes better. Friend, light up a light smoke. Light up a Lucky. You'll say it's the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Somole and Snider, who start things for the Dodgers in the last half of the seventh inning. 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for Pittsburgh. For Brooklyn, 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Back to the action. All set, Ben?
Right, Al. Jim Gilliam has flied to center and twice bounced out, batting .249. Gilliam, Somole, and Snider, bottom of the seventh. The Pirates leading 6-3. Gene Freese playing way inside the bag at third, right on the grass. Klein delivers. Gilliam takes outside and high. Ball 1. 1-0. Remember that doubleheader tomorrow now. Bob Friend and Charlie Douglas. Sal Magley and Roger Craig for Brooklyn. Fastball fouled away. 1-1. Making his 23rd start. He's completed 5 ball games. Ronnie delivers 1-1. Gilliam looks at a slow curve and it misses outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Pitch to Junior. Fastball in there. 2-2. And Gilliam, mad now, walks away from the batter's box. His jaws are working. Goes over to get the rosin bag from the on-deck batter, Gino Somole. And now some voices out of the Dodger dugout, and here comes Bill Baker, and I think somebody's going to get the boot. Walter Alston comes out and starts to argue to Baker, but I think somebody's been chased. And you can trace all this bitterness, not so much on that pitch to Gilliam, but on the 2-2 pitch to Rube Walker. That was the called strike 3 in the 6th inning. The Dodgers are still smarting about that one. And it finally erupted here in the 7th, and we'll see if somebody's been chased. It appeared so. Alston going back into the dugout. Haven't seen anybody get up yet, so it might just have been a warning. No one has moved. The 2-2 pitch now to Jim Gilliam. Fastball foul back. Count remains 2-2. Boy, ball players have memories like elephants. They can remember a call from weeks ago. The 2-2 pitch, a curveball, hit down to Grote's left. Dick is up with it, throws over to first in time. 1 up, 1 away. Get a station break in right now. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodger station in Albany, New York. 10 minutes past 4 o'clock, WOKO time.
Gino Somole, the batter, and here comes Baker again. And he drops his mask as he walks over towards the dugout, and somebody's going this time. That's no doubt about it. Big Don Newcomb has been given the boot. Just as we hit the air, Baker whirled around and walked in over to the dugout, and Newcomb is gone. We didn't see him leave, but as a guess, it might be that Johnny Padres was chased. We'll have to check with Tex Rickett. We know Newcomb left. You could see Don get up and go. We'll check about Padres. The pitch to Gino Somole, foul back, going 1. Oh, the Dodger bench boiling, and Newcomb has been kicked out. And we're going to check and see if Padres was chased. Strike 1 pitch. Curveball in for the strike, going 2. One of the boys on the other side of the booth had a little bit better angle and saw Padres get up and leave the bench. Whether he was told to go or not, we have to wait and see. The 0-2 pitch to Somole. Fastball fouled away. of the 7th. Pirates 6, Dodgers 3. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball cut on and missed, and down goes Somoli. So Ronnie Klein has retired 2 men here in the 7th inning, leading 6-3, and facing Duke Snider now. Snider's doubled, walked, and fouled out, batting .281. Snider waiting. Klein delivers, and the pitch is cut on and fouled away. 0-1. And we now have confirmation about Johnny Padres. He also was kicked out of the ball game. So both Don Newcomb and Johnny Padres chased from the bench by plate umpire Bill Baker. Bouncer into the hole on the right side. Mazeroski juggles, stays with it, and makes his play. So the Dodgers go out in the 7th inning, 1-2-3. And at the end of 7, score remains Pittsburgh 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. The Dodgers 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Before we get to the 8th, here's Al.
We'd like to remind all of you, friends, that there is a limited number of the Schaefer Lucky Strike Baseball Guide and Record books left. So if you haven't your copy, it might be a good idea to get in action right away and get yours. All you have to do to get the Schaefer Lucky Strike Baseball Guide and Record book, a little article is really crammed full of a wealth of baseball information. Just send 50 cents, your name and address, to Baseball Guide, Box 35, Brooklyn 1, New York. That's 50 cents, your name and address, to Baseball Guide, Box 35, Brooklyn 1, New York. You'll be glad to have that Schaefer Lucky Strike Baseball Guide and Record book. Saves you an awful lot of time and many times an awful lot of argument. Got quite an argument going here at Ebbets Field, 6-3 in favor of the Pirates right now as we move to the top of the 8th inning. The last third of the Pirate batting order, it's Bill Verdon stepping up. Come on, Ben.
Well, there's no argument at Washington. The Washington Senators lead the Boston Red Sox at the end of 6 innings, 16-0. Case closed. Bill Verdon swing. There's a high drive to deep left center field. That's a way out there and curving towards the stands and gone in the second row of seats. So Bill Verdon whacks one out, his 8th home run. Oh, that makes it Pirates 7, Brooklyn 3. We pick up another 1,000 free Luckies to be sent to the Veterans Hospital at Northport, Long Island. 7-3 Pittsburgh in the 8th. The Cardinals didn't score in the 8th, so the Braves are at bat, trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Hank Foyle. 1 for 3 at triple. Drysdale curves him and misses, ball 1. Foyle's hitting .269. Hit into a double play, tripled, and struck out. The 1-0 pitch, fastball, grounded down to Neal. Charlie up with it cleanly, makes his play to Hodges in time for the out. Ronnie Klein coming up. Ronnie has had a gritty performance. Gave up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. The only time in today's ball game he has retired the Dodgers in order was in the 7th inning. He's hung in there, and he's leading 7-3 here in the 8th inning. Klein with 4 hits this year. Drysdale's fastball is in for the strike on 1. From the Dodgers bat in the bottom of the 8th, they'll have Hodges, Vallow, and Neal. Strike 1 pitch, sidearm curve, and a half swing. It's over. 0-2. Drysdale delivers a strike 2 pitch, and the curve is low. Ball 1. 1-2. Pirates 7 runs on 10 hits. 2 of them have been home runs. Committed 2 errors. Dodgers 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Sidearm curve is just low. 2-2. Drysdale delivers. Fastball fouled away outside of first. Hodges running it down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crowd of 6,830 on hand. We have 1,800 ladies here and 6,000 not-hole youngsters. Nice crowd on a pleasant Saturday. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow for the doubleheader. Should be a good one. 2-2 pitch is low. Ball 3. Bob Friend and Charlie Douglas for Pittsburgh, and the Dodgers countering with Sal Magley and Roger Craig. Drysdale delivers 3-2. Fastball is in there, and for the 4th time today, Ronnie Klein has struck out. And he has kind of a sheepish grin on his face as he started to walk away from the plate. Of course, they don't pay Ronnie to hit. 2 down, and the batter, Bob Clemente, batting .253. Bob is a single and a double in 3 at-bats. He knows also a walk. 7-3 Pirates, 2 out in the 8th. Drysdale delivers, curveball, cut on and missed, 0-1. Strike 1 pitch, curveball, cut on and missed, 0-2. Waiting 0-2. Drysdale delivers, fastball low, ball 1. 1-2. Ball over at Philadelphia. The Phillies knocked off the Giants 3-1. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball cut on and missed. Strike 3 as Clemente reached for it and now fires his bat away in disgust, and every pirate in the dugout ready to take the field just froze, watching that bat come sailing back. In the 8th inning, 1 run on 1 hit. The home run by Bill Verdon. Nobody left on, and there were no errors. At the end of 7.5 innings of play, the Pirates 7 and the Dodgers 3. Now here's Al.
Well, what does the pitcher mean when he says, I've got the book on the next batter? Well, he's simply stating that he's got the complete scouting report on that player. He knows how to pitch to him and how the team should play him. Well, now, fans, if he said he's got the book on real smoking enjoyment, he's discovered the better taste of Lucky Strike. Fine tobacco alone tastes right. And LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco all the way through. Naturally light, naturally good tasting tobacco that's toasted to taste even better. So, friend, light up a light smoke. Light up a Lucky. Enjoy the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Now to the last half of inning number 8. Ronnie Klein back to the mound for the Pirates, who are leading in this ball game 7-3. Hodges will be the first batter, then Elmer Votto will follow him, and Charlie Neal will be up there swinging first. Swinging right into action now, here's Vince.
Well, Gil Hodges has bounced out, struck out, and slid to right, batting .305. Hodges, Votto, and Neal. Should anybody get on, maybe Campanella. Hodges staring at his bat to see if there are any chips in it. Now gets in the batter's box, and we're about ready. Klein winds and delivers. Ronnie's first pitch is over for the strike, 0-1. Klein has had pretty good control. He'd walked just 3 men. Struck out 5. Strike 1 pitch, fastball cut on a high drive to deep right field. Clemente's looking up and watching that ball. It's going to hit against the scoreboard, and Clemente goes up and grabs it. We have a pretty good breeze blowing from the right field corner, slanting over towards the left field corner, and Clemente had given up on the ball. He had turned his back to home plate and was just going to play the carom. And then when that ball started to die in the breeze, Clemente at the last second jumped against the boards and grabbed it. So Hodges flies to deep right, 1 out in the 8th inning. Elmer Vallow has walked, flied to right, and bounced out, batting .311. Klein delivers, and Elmer swings and foul tips it, 0-1. Milwaukee Braves have come up with a run in the 8th inning to tie it out there. So Milwaukee with 2 runs in the 6th inning, 1 in the 8th, now tied the Cardinals 3-3. The strike 1 pitch to Vallow, taken in there, 0-2. 7-3 Pittsburgh, bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. On deck, Charlie Neal. Klein ready, and the strike 2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging, so Vallow goes down. 6 strikeouts for Ronnie Klein, and the batter, Charlie Neal. Now, talking about the wind affecting that fly ball that Hodges hit in the 8th inning, there are always a couple of people who will disagree and say, how can the wind bother baseball? It really can. There was an article in the Saturday Evening Post not long ago about the wind. And if you remember that bridge out in Tacoma, Washington, remember that buckled and fell down in a windstorm a number of years ago? Neal swings at a pitch and doesn't get it, 0-1. At the end of 7.5 innings of play, the Pirates 7 and the Dodgers 3. Now here's Al.
Well, what does the pitcher mean when he says, I've got the book on the next batter? Well, he's simply stating that he's got the complete scouting report on that player. He knows how to pitch to him and how the team should play him. Well, now, fans, if he said he's got the book on real smoking enjoyment, he's discovered the better taste of Lucky Strike. Fine tobacco alone tastes right. And LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco all the way through. Naturally light, naturally good tasting tobacco that's toasted to taste even better. So, friend, light up a light smoke. Light up a Lucky. Enjoy the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Now to the last half of inning number 8. Ronnie Klein back to the mound for the Pirates, who are leading in this ball game 7-3. Hodges will be the first batter, then Elmer Vallow will follow him, and Charlie Neal will be up there swinging third. Swinging right into action now, here's Vince.
Well, Gil Hodges has bounced out, struck out, and flied to right, batting .305. Hodges, Vallow, and Neal. Should anybody get on, maybe Campanella. Hodges staring at his bat to see if there are any chips in it. Now gets in the batter's box, and we're about ready. Klein winds and delivers. Ronnie's first pitch is over for the strike, 0-1. Klein has had pretty good control. He'd walked just 3 men. Struck out 5. Strike 1 pitch, fastball cut on a high drive to deep right field. Clemente's looking up and watching that ball. It's going to hit against the scoreboard, and Clemente goes up and grabs it. We have a pretty good breeze blowing from the right field corners, slanting over towards the left field corner, and Clemente had given up on the ball. He had turned his back to home plate and was just going to play the carom. And then when that ball started to die in the breeze, Clemente at the last second jumped against the boards and grabbed it. So Hodges flies to deep right, 1 out in the 8th inning. Elmer Vallow has walked, flied to right, and bounced out, batting .311. Klein delivers, and Elmer swings and foul tips it, 0-1. Milwaukee Braves have come up with a run in the 8th inning to tie it out there. So Milwaukee with 2 runs in the 6th inning, 1 in the 8th, now tied the Cardinals 3-3. The strike 1 pitch to Vallow, taken in there, 0-2. 7-3 Pittsburgh, bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out. On deck, Charlie Neal. Klein ready, and the strike 2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging, so Vallow goes down. 6 strikeouts for Ronnie Klein, and the batter, Charlie Neal. Now, thought about the wind affecting that fly ball that Hodges hit in the 8th inning. There are always a couple of people who will disagree and say, how can the wind bother baseball? It really can. There was an article in the Saturday Evening Post not long ago about the wind. And if you remember that bridge out in Tacoma, Washington, remember that buckled and fell down in a windstorm a number of years ago? Neal swings at a pitch and doesn't get it, 0-1. Well, we figured it must have been quite a wind to blow a bridge down. In the article, they explained the wind was only 40 miles per hour, and it blew that monster down. Strike one, pitch is up high, 1-1. It doesn't take much of a breeze to affect a little baseball. The 1-1 pitch to Charlie Neal. Curveball cut on and popped up. Going out is Dick Groat, shielding his eyes from the sun, but calling all the way and makes the play. So for the second time today, the Dodgers have gone out in order in the last 2 innings. Now, at the end of 8 innings of play, the Pirates 7 and Brooklyn 3. And without further ado, here's Al.
Well, when you visit Ebbets Field tomorrow for the big Sunday doubleheader with the Pittsburgh Pirates, you'll find many mementos on the Ebbets Field souvenir stand. Why not pick up a few and make that baseball-minded youngster of yours the happiest kid on the block? There are Dodger caps and T-shirts. There are pennants and picture sets. And, of course, the fine Dodger yearbook with 48 entertaining pictures covering your favorite ball club from clubhouse to front office. On sale at the souvenir stand for 50 cents. It's also available by mail to Yearbook, Box 119, Brooklyn 1, New York. It's the same price, 50 cents, and no extra postage charges whatsoever. At the end of 8 innings, the Pittsburgh Pirates are leading the Brooklyn Dodgers 7-3. Pirates coming to bat now in the top half of the 9th inning. It'll be Freese, Groat, and Skinner in that order, facing Don Drysdale, the third of the Brooklyn pitchers this afternoon. All right, then.
Well, Don Drysdale hoping to just keep the Pirates quiet in the 9th and hoping the Dodgers can get back into it in the bottom of the 9th. Facing Gene Freese. Freese has struck out twice, popped up, and he was the boy who hit that bunt when Zimmer climbed up Drysdale's back and neither man could field it. Freese hitting 283. Swings at a slow curve way out in front of it, 0-1. 9th inning, Pirates 7, Dodgers 3. A doubleheader coming up tomorrow. Strike one pitch, a half swing that's in there anyway, 0-2. Freese arguing a bit with plate umpire Bill Baker. 0-2. Drysdale has a sign. Now the strike 2 pitch. Sidearm fastball that jumps out of Campanola's glove. Ball 1. 1-2. Drysdale ready. Now the 1-2 pitch to Freese. Curve low and outside. 2-2. Drysdale ready on the 2-2 pitch. Sidearm curve, low, ball 3. Full count to Gene Freese. Drysdale comes back to the plate now with his curve that's fouled away, and Campbell got bitten on the right hand by that one. 3-2. The end of 8 innings. The Cardinals 3 and Milwaukee 3. Don McMahon is now pitching in the 9th inning for Milwaukee. It's conceivable, however, that Haney had hit for Burdett when the Braves got that run in the 8th inning. 3-2 pitch to Gene Freese, goes behind him and all the way back to the backstop. Freese is bewildered in the batter's box and now turns and goes to first. That pitch got away from Drysdale so much so that Freese wasn't sure what had happened. I'll bet you the ball was at least 4 feet behind Freese and all the way back to the backstop. On a 3-2 pitch, you know that one slipped. Freese just stood in the batter's box. So amazed at that one. Ball 4. Without any doubt. Dick Grote has hit into a double play, doubled, walked, and tapped out. Hitting .331. Ninth inning, 7-3 Pittsburgh. Drysdale ready. Don delivers and pitches in for a strike. Rolled around the bunt, just let it go by. Don Besson begins to loosen up now in the Brooklyn bullpen. Drysdale delivers 0-1. The fastball fouled away, 0-2. Trickling on over into the Dodger dugout. Pirates 7, Brooklyn 3, ninth inning. Gene Freese at first base, nobody out. Counts to Grote, no balls, 2 strikes. Lucky strike, sending it all to you. Pitch to the plate is outside, ball 1. 1-2. Throw to first. Gene Freese back. Road waiting with the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Drysdale delivers, sidearm fastball, a line drive base hit to right field. Smoley up with the ball. Freese holds on at second. So Drysdale in the jam here in the 9th inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out, and big men coming up. Skinner, Thomas, and Mazeroski. Skinner has popped out, hit a 2-run home run, and has walked twice, once intentionally. Big left fielder batting .314. Hodges figuring that Skinner might be punting. Hodges even with the bag, and Zimmer playing a little sideways out there at third. Drysdale shakes no. Looks to his runners and delivers. Skinner, however, takes a full swing and doesn't get it. 0-1. .7-3 Pittsburgh in the 9th. Drysdale checks. Strike 1 pitch to Bob Skinner. In there for the second strike. He started to flick at it and then checked, but the pitch was over. 0-2. Gene Freese right at the bag at second. Dick Grote, short lead at first. 2 strikes on the batter. Everybody back in a normal depth. Strike 2 pitch to Skinner. Curveball just inside. Ball 1. 1-2. Drysdale delivers, and the pitch is cut on and whacked down the left field line, and it's going foul. 1-2. To Bob Skinner. Runners holding here in the 9th. Nobody out. Now the 1-2 pitch. Curve cut on, a high fly ball to pretty shallow center. Snider's right there. Waits, takes it for the out. Freese bluffs going, and the throw is cut off by Charlie Neal. 1 down, runners holding at first and second, and the batter, Frank Thomas. Frank has bounced out, singled, doubled, and struck out. Thomas batting .300. The Yankees knocked off Baltimore 6-2. Dodgers bat in the bottom of the ninth. They're due to send up Campanella, Zimmer, and Drysdale spot. Drysdale delivers, sidearm curve, gets it over for the strike. 0-1. Seven-3 Pirates, ninth inning. Thomas backs out for a moment, says something to Bill Baker. 0-1 the count. Drysdale turns now, checks his runners. And the strike one pitch, sidearm curve, cut on and missed, 0-2. To Thomas. Drysdale checks, now delivers. Curveball cut on is a fly ball to shallow left. Elmer Vallow coming on, under it, takes it for the out, and Freeze, who is halfway to third, has to hustle back to second. 2 down. That'll bring up Bill Mazeroski. Mazeroski has struck out twice, hit into a force play and popped up. Batting .288. Drysdale ready and delivers, and the curveball on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. 2 out, ninth inning, 7-3 Pittsburgh. Gene Freeze at second, Dick Groat at first. Drysdale serves up the strike one pitch, and it's a curve, cut on and missed, 0-2. The St. Louis Cardinals did not score in the ninth inning. So the Milwaukee Braves come to bat in the bottom of the ninth in a 3-3 tie. Freeze dancing off the bag at second. Drysdale just turns and bluffs him back. Now the strike two pitch. Sidearm curve, foul back, out of play. 0-2. Drysdale's ready. Checks his runners. Freeze still dancing. The strike two pitch. Sidearm fastball bounced down to Gilliam. It's easy for Jim to grab the ball and step on the bag for the fourth. For the Pirates in the ninth inning, no runs, one hit. They leave 2 men. There were no Dodger errors. And at the end of 8.5 innings of play, Pittsburgh 7 and Brooklyn 3. Before we get to the bottom of the ninth inning and find out about Campanella, Zimmer, and Drysdale's spot, let's listen to Al.
Well, are you all set for the last half of that ninth inning? Well, you are if you've got plenty of luckies on hand. And if none are handy, make a dash for a fresh pack. Good idea? That's a great idea. Man, there's no better cigarette than a Lucky. You know why? Because fine tobacco alone tastes right. And a Lucky is all fine tobacco. Right tobacco that tastes good from the start. And then it's toasted to taste even better. You'll know what I mean just as soon as you put a light to a Lucky. Say, how about it right now? See, it's just about, I said about 4:35 here at Brooklyn. That's light-up time. Time to light up a light smoke. Light up a Lucky, the best tasting cigarette you ever smoked. Before we get to the last half of the ninth inning, let's quickly duck in a station break. This is the Brooklyn Dodgers Radio Network.
Dial 1460 WOKO, your Brooklyn Dodgers station in Albany, New York. It's 4:37 WOKO time.
Last of the ninth inning, 7-3 Pirates. Roy Campanella first up. Campy's been the offensive man for Brooklyn today with a home run and 2 singles, batting .246. Klein delivers and misses high, ball 1, 1-0. Luis Arroyo and Elroy Face loosening up in the Pirate bullpen just in case. Ronnie Ronnie Klein delivers 1-0 to Campanella. Gets it on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Roy Campanella, Don Zimmer, and then we'll see about Drysdale. Klein delivers 1-1. Slow curve, low and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. You know, in that Cardinal-Milwaukee game, we told you that McMahon pitched the 9th inning for Milwaukee. And we just guessed that maybe they had hit for Burdett in the 8th when they got the run. Cards must have been trying to do something. Campy, it's a line drive for a base hit to right field to open up things. So Roy is 4 for 4. Boy, he's been carrying the burden. The Dodgers have 6 hits of Ronnie Klein, and Campanella has 4 of them. We'll see if we have a runner now for Roy. He's looking around as if expecting someone to take his place. Johnny Roseboro is way down in the bullpen, and they're calling him in, I believe, to run for Campanella. So Roy, with 4 for 4 today, comes out, and Roseboro will run for him. For the Cardinals, we guessed, it's just a long-range guess, must have been up to something in the 9th, even though they didn't score, for Warren Spahn had to come on and relieve Don McMahon. The Cardinals didn't score in the 9th, and now the Braves are at bat on the bottom of the 9th. That's all tied, 3-3. Okay, Roseboro at first base, running for Campanella. Don Zimmer, the batter. Klein delivers, Zimmer takes a strike, going 1. Milwaukee did not score in the bottom of the 9th inning. So out at County Stadium, they go into the 10th inning. The Cardinals and the Braves, all tied 3-3. Klein back with a fastball. It's cut on and missed. 0-2. Zimmer is batting .228. Bounced out, struck out, and single to center. 7-3 Pirates. Bottom of the 9th. Klein set. The strike 2 pitch. Fastball that's hit down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. Remains 0-2. Klein serves, and Zimmer, it's a fly ball in the very shallow right center. Clemente coming over, under it now, takes it for the out, and Roseboro gets back to first. 1 out. Randy Jackson is coming up to hit for Don Drysdale. Batting .224. He has 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. Klein delivers. Jackson takes a strike. 1-1. Pirates 7, Dodgers 3. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Roseboro running for Campanella at first. Jackson swings at the next pitch, doesn't get it. 0-2. Robart loosening up in case the Dodgers should come to life here in the 9th. Strike 2 pitch is cut on, a drive into right center, but Clemente's right there. Takes that one. Back to first comes Roseboro. 2 out. So the Dodgers, with 1 out left to them, have Jim Gilliam coming up. Junior 0 for 4, batting .249. Just a gentle reminder now that doubleheader tomorrow, Bob Friend and Charlie Douglas. And the Dodgers, Sal Magley and Roger Craig. Gilliam swings a high fly ball again into right center. This time Bill Verdon is calling, waits, and takes it for the out, and that does it. The Dodgers, no runs to hit, a man left on in the 9th inning, and she's all over. And final score, the Pirates 7 and the Dodgers 3. We'll be back with a final recap of the game in just a moment.
Light up the light smoke, a lucky strike. The right smoke, the light smoke, a lucky strike. For the team music that you like. Light up a lucky strike. Light up a light smoke. A lucky strike.
Well, there are your final totals for this afternoon's Pittsburgh win over the Brooklyn Dodgers. For the Pirates, 7 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. They had 8 men left on here. As Ronnie Klein goes the full distance and picks up his 4th win of the year, the first at the expense of the Brooklyn Dodgers. He's now 4-15. And for the Brooklyn Dodgers, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They had 7 men left on. The starter and loser is Sandy Koufax, who went 4 2/3 innings and gave up 6 of the 7 runs the Pittsburgh Pirates collected for their afternoon's work. Koufax is now 5 wins. This was his 3rd loss. And his 2nd time he has been defeated by Pittsburgh. He's 0-2 with the Pirates this year. 7 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Brooklyn Dodgers.